and thanks for joining us on our show, Basic Concepts and the Wisdom of Kabbalah with Dr. Michael Laitman. Hello. Hello, hello. On our show, we're going to take a concept from this tremendous wisdom and try and explain it in the simplest way for a person who just started taking interest in Kabbalah. And the concept for today is the 10 Sefirot. Now, before I get into many questions, intrigues me to know, when I say the words 10 Sefirot, what do you feel? I feel a connection between the Creator, who is as if at the top Sefira, and the created being, who is at the lower Sefira. And the 10 between them, well, it's not 10, turns out to be 8. That all these Sefirot, plural for Sefira, they connect between the Creator and the created being, and the created being and the Creator. I think that the concept of the 10 Sefirot, when you say that, when you hear Kabbalah, I think that the first thing that comes to mind are the 10 Sefirot. Why? Why is it such a central concept in Kabbalah? Because these are 10 degrees of connection between the Creator and the created being, between the upper force and man in this world. That means what? Meaning that from the Creator, his force needs to unfold, cascade, weaken itself throughout these degrees, from the uppermost degree called Keter to the lowest degree called Malchut. And it all depends on the connection between them, between the Keter and the Malchut, between the upper Sefira and the lower one. And then the created beings that are at the lowest degree in the Malchut, they get an influence from the Creator who's at the top Sefira. On one of your lectures, I heard you say that 10 Sefirot is the structure of the whole of reality. What does it mean? There's only the Creator and the created being and the degrees between them. All in all, the 10 Sefirot include in them the whole of reality. Does it mean that each particular part in reality also consists of 10 Sefirot? Yeah. Because everything's included of 10 Sefirot, each of us and all of us together, and each part down to the smallest particle, they all consist of 10 parts, 10 Sefirot. This cup consists of 10 Sefirot. I, Oren, I consist of 10 Sefirot. In the wisdom of Kabbalah, we talk about the created being as a desire to receive pleasure, a desire to feel the Creator. Desire. I, Oren. Do I consist of 10 Sefirot? No. This cup, does it consist of 10 Sefirot? No. So how is it that each part... It means desires. We're talking about desires here. What desire consists of 10 Sefirot? The desire to exist in a flower, in a rock, in an animal. Everything that has a desire, that desire is a result of the 10 Sefirot that tie the upper force called the Creator to the lower force called created being. So you're saying that in everything that exists, there is a desire to exist, and that desire consists of 10 Sefirot. It is a result of the 10 Sefirot that exist in the Creator that gives power and gives birth to the lower, and the lower itself that develops from the desire to bestow of the Creator, and in the 10th Sefira, from him, starts existing as an independent entity. So you're saying that every object that exists in reality, in it there's the desire to exist, otherwise it won't exist. Right. And this desire to exist is a result of the 10 Sefirot, that at the top of them all is the Keter, the crown literally. That is what? The desire to create, the will to receive, take care of it, enliven it. And then as a result, there's a certain process of development throughout the 10 Sefirot, at the end of which there's me, the desire to exist. Yeah. If the Creator wants to create me, why didn't He create me directly? Why 8 stops in the middle? Because He wants to create you, so that you will be the opposite of Him. That's one condition. Another condition is that you'll be able to come back to Him, that you'll be able to study Him from how He works on you, meaning you need to be included of many systems in order to learn from the Creator in order for you to be able to identify who is He, what does He want from you, and what do you need to do in order to understand it, and what do you need to do in order to reach Him, equalize with Him, etc., etc. So this entire complex campaign He arranges through the 10 Sefirot. Yeah? Now let's take one Sefira. What is a Sefira actually? A Sefira is a quality, a unique quality of bestowal from the Creator that reaches a certain construction of the desire in the created being. In simple words, Sefira comes from the word sapphire, sapphire, meaning that it illuminates, radiates. Meaning what? That from the Creator comes light, and that light is divided and accumulated and appears before the created being in different qualities. All in all, 10 qualities. Why 10? That's how it is. Why not 3? Why not 7? So we study that if you have the giver and the receiver, then in order to create in the receiver, which is man in this world, all the qualities for him to be able to attain, to feel, and understand the giver, then between them there need to be 10 Sefirot. The number 10, it symbolizes some kind of wholeness and perfection. Yeah? Why 10? Well, we also see it in this world. 10 fingers, 10 in many places. But why 10? When we take one quality, which is the quality of the Creator, which is giving, bestowal, love, etc., and then its opposite quality, which is reception, the desire to receive, not to think about anyone but myself, etc. So in order to build out of the desire to bestow of the Creator, the desire to receive, which is the created being, we see that this can be done only through these degrees from the Creator to the created being, which are 10. So between the quality of the Creator to give and love and that desire to exist that exists in me or in any other existing object, there is a process that consists of all of these stages that eventually creates me as the desire to exist. Now, you didn't just define me as the desire to receive. You said that the Creator is love and bestowal, and the created being me. What am I? You're the receiver. You're the opposite. To exist is to receive. Yeah, you're the created being. You receive from the Creator. You live thanks to Him, thanks to the fact that He has created you, that He sustains you. It's you. And these qualities are the opposite, yes. And in order for them to be the opposite on the one hand and to be connected with the Creator who created you on the other, and for you to be able to also respond to them, to these qualities that He has created in you. And besides that, to use them in order to understand Him, feel Him, and even reach His degree. Therefore, these degrees need to be 10. No more and no less. The names of the Sefirot, I wrote them down. Keter, Chokmah, Binah, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut. What's the essential difference between the different Sefirot? Each and every one of them is based on the will to bestow of the Creator, the desire to give, and the desire to receive of the created being, and the compatibility between them, the connection between them, that in each Sefira there is a reception from a Sefira higher to itself, and the Sefira that stems from it, that it begets. It's systems with many ties between them, subsystems. I heard you say that you divide the 10 Sefirot into two parts, the 9 upper Sefirot and the lower 10th Sefira, the Malchut. What does this division mean? That the 9 Sefirot are the influence from the Creator to the created being, to man, and the Malchut is the desire to receive in the created being that is created as a result of these 9 influences from above. And then the Creator is built such that he receives from the Creator, and by actions of his own can understand who is he receiving from, what is he receiving, what can he do in order to identify with the giver, which is the Creator actually. Yeah, the upper Sefira, the Keter. Yeah. I also heard you say that you divide the 10 Sefirot into the 3 upper Sefirot, Keter, Chokmah, and Binah, and the 7 lower Sefirot. We divide the 10 Sefirot, meaning the connection between the Creator and the created being, in many different ways. That it helps us talk about the influence of the Creator over the created being, the influence of the created being over the Creator, the mutual connection between them, kinds, types of connection, etc. So this division, what does it mean? The division into 3 and 7 means that in the 3 upper Sefirot, called Keter, Chokmah, and Binah, we have the plan of the Creator in relation to the created being. And in the 7 lower Sefirot, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchut, this program, this plan that exists in the 3 upper Sefirot is implemented. Give me a sentence about every Sefira. Keter includes everything. Chokmah, we're talking about the upper light, that it accumulates in it. Chokmah, again. Chokmah is the upper light that exists in the Sefira of Chokmah. Binah, it is the quality of bestowal that is revealed in the system of the influence of the Creator over his created beings. Chesed, it's the influence of the right in the bestowal of the Creator toward his created beings. Gvura, the influence of the left. Tiferet, the sum total of Chesed and Gvura. Netzach, here we already start revealing. We start revealing the desire to receive that acts from the created being. Hod, also, only it's the desire to receive from the right side and the desire to receive from the left side. That's Netzach and Hod. Yesod, Yesod is the mutual force of the two, from which the created being already accumulates, focuses, everything that he gets from above, and it's clear to us what does he receive and what does the upper want from him. Last Sefira, Malchut. Malchut receives all these things and responds to them. How does this entire system, how is it all related to me? If you want to connect to the Creator and position yourself in relation to Him, then you will reach a state where you will see that you have no other way to connect to the Creator but by these 10 Sefirot. Where am I supposed to look for them? To look for them inside yourself. Where? Inside your desire to receive. Inside your attitude toward the Creator, inside your relation to Him. What do I look for? You're looking for kinds of connection, types of connection between the Creator and you. Can you give me an example? How do I begin the search? Usually it's done in your connection with other created beings like you. Other people? Yeah. Why do I need them? Because you need to find a connection to the Creator. You can't understand or feel the Creator or reveal Him, but if you want to build ties to other people that also want to find the Creator, then what follows is that there's no problem. You can try and do it. And in these ties, you will begin to also feel the same qualities in which you will discover the Creator. I need a group of 10 people in order to discover the 10 Sefirot. Yeah? Suppose I gather this kind of group and we decide that we search for the Creator between you. Between us where? And the connection between you. And the ties between us with one another? Yeah? Okay, suppose we're 10 now. Suppose around this table, we'd sit 10 people together. We decide that we're going to search for the Creator. What are we looking for, the Creator or 10 Sefirot? You're looking for the Creator. Where is He? You don't need to look for Him under the table, chairs. Where is He? But you need to search for Him in your relations. So I start looking for the first Sefira, then for the second, then for... First of all, the first one. I start with looking for the Keter or the Malchut. Keter. What does it mean to search for the Keter? What am I searching for? The Keter is the bestowing force in the Creator, from which He relates to the created beings. And then what follows is that you need to search for the bestowing forces that exist between you in the group, in the 10. And to the measure to which you discover your mutual influence over each other, the more chances you have to understand and feel and connect to a concept called Creator. Therefore, the Creator is called Boré, consisting of the words bo'oe, come and see, that this is how you have to search for Him in your relations and reveal Him. How do I search for the quality of Chokhmah in between us? The Sefirot are all in all what comes from the Creator, from the Keter. What He bestows on to His created beings. So, I'm not searching for each Sefira individually, but I search for the Keter. It's enough to search for the Keter, and from the Keter, you start feeling all the lower Sefirot. So the Keter are the expressions of bestowal and love that exist in this group that I've gathered. Yeah, that's beautiful. So, I'm looking only for the Keter. You don't need anything besides it. Now, suppose inside this group, suppose I see a person who's very strong. What does it mean? That he is from the Sefira of Gvura? No. All these Sefirot, these aren't people, these are qualities that exist in each of us. And therefore, we need to discover these qualities that, all in all, in the correct connection between them, we will find the Keter. Suppose someone's very smart. It means that he is from the Sefira of Chokhmah, literally also meaning wisdom? No. Does each of us come from a particular Sefira? No. These are qualities that exist in everyone. All the 10? Yes. Is there a more dominant quality in someone, a certain Sefira, and that's why he is the way he is? There is, but still, it exists. All of them exist in everyone. I have to feel that I consist of 10 Sefirot in my spiritual development. Yeah? Why is that important? And if I don't feel it, then you will not be able to bestow back to the Keter. Just like the Keter has an influence over you, that you're the Malchut, you need to try to respond to him, come back to him, and bestow to him the way he was about to bestow to you. And the expression of bestowal, giving, and love is, as you said, in relation to others. First of all, because the Creator, he's hidden from my perception. By the way, why is he hidden from my perception? Why can't I directly bestow to the Creator? Why do I need other people for it? You cannot bestow to the Creator because you do not have the power of bestowal. So where will I get it from suddenly? By you connecting to the 10 Sefirot, and that you will want to get to know them and receive from them, then you necessarily will reach a state where you will be included of your friends, and they'll be included of you, and all of you together will reach a state where you will connect by an upper influence from the Creator into a system called 10 Sefirot. Okay, so in the simplest way, what are the 10 Sefirot? In the simplest way, it's that there are 10 people that connect between them in order, in their mutual bestowal toward each other and their mutual inclination toward each other, in a close as possible, trustworthy, loyal connection between them, warm one, to reach a quality called Creator. In many Kabbalah books, there's this picture of the 10 Sefirot, the Keter at the top, Malchut at the bottom, and in between, Sefirot that are arranged on the right side, left side, in the middle. What does this express, the structure? What does it say? This structure comes to tell us about how the bestowal from above down is accumulated, is extended, in order to build the Malchut, the lower Sefira, and to give this Malchut forces and abilities to turn in the same way from below up, from Malchut to Keter. There are those that explain the 10 Sefirot and say that man's body also is built according to the 10 Sefirot in terms of our organs and everything. We don't do that. It's forbidden to think that and depict it that way. That's idolatry. Why? Because there are no 10 Sefirot in our body or nothing. Once I gave someone who studies the wisdom of Kabbalah, I gave him something, and he said, no, you don't give it with the left hand. You give it only with the right hand. Please put it in your other hand and then give it to me, that the right hand is chesed or something like that. Will something happen if I'll give you this pen with my left hand? No. It's all in order to remind people that we are a result of the upper Sefirot, but not that in my right hand I have chesed and in my left hand gvura. If more people in the world will start understanding what the 10 Sefirot are, what will it do for the world that we live in? If we will want to become like the 10 Sefirot, where? each of us is, where each of us will want to somewhat be like the Creator, and therefore he will be called Adam in Hebrew, meaning man, also meaning to be similar to the Creator. Then our world will be entirely included of men, human beings, and not animals. And how will that influence corruption, violence? The world will be a good place. What corruption? If we want to be like the Creator, we will be really good, nice people, internally wise. And the world will be different. When you say to be like the Creator in this entire system of the 10 Sefirot, I need to put in my mind all the time that I need to be like the Keter or all the 10 Sefirot? Keter. So give it to me in the most emotional way. What does it mean to be like the Keter? It's love. Love toward every person in the world in an unlimited way. That's beautiful. Our time's almost up. You taught me many things today about the 10 Sefirot. What's the most important thing for me to remember? We don't need all these wise ideas that you have there, even though that it's very interesting and we study it and it helps. But actually, the most important thing for me is that I need to remember one thing. The Keter, the crown of all of creation, is the force of bestowal. It's the Creator. The Malchut of the whole of creation is the force of reception. And these are the created beings. And we, the created beings, need to try and be like the Keter, like the Creator, in our bestowal between us and toward Him. We can't influence the Creator, but through the created beings. So let's not forget about it and try. What do you wish me, as a new student who just started studying, in relation to the 10 Sefirot? That you will understand that the entire wisdom of Kabbalah teaches us how can we come closer to each other, love one another, and that way to reveal the Creator between us. That all in all of us are the Malchut, the lower Sefira of the 10 Sefirot, and in that we connect correctly with one another. The upper light comes down to the Keter through Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchut, and enters and fulfills us, and we feel ourselves existing in heaven. Heaven means Malchut, that can receive the entire upper force, the upper influence bestowed from the Creator, and reveal itself existing in the light of love. Amen. It will happen. Thank you very much, Dr. Laitman. Good luck to you. Thanks for being with us. Basic concepts in the wisdom of Kabbalah, 10 Sefirot, all the best.